Hey there, this is your coach Malia. Thanks for joining me on the team call today. So today I want to talk about using social media to build your business. So if you are like most of us, social media is a huge, huge part of our business. I mean, you only know so many people in real life. You can only ask your aunt and your grandma to become a coach or customer so many times where you need to start tapping into your cold market or your warm market even. So the way that most of us do that is through social media. So I want to talk a little bit today about how to do that so that you can really grow and expand your business. Flip my slides here. Okay. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today, social media to grow your business. So why is social media so important to us as coaches? This is your continual sneak peek into your life. This is the only way these people are going to know about you. For the most part, we've never met these people before. They don't know a thing about us. And social media is that thing that gives them that glimpse into our life. And, you know, it's crazy. Think about advertising like 50, 60 years ago. You had to like buy, an advertisement in a newspaper or on TV or on the radio or something. You had to pay for that. Cool thing about social media is it's free and we can run it 24/7. You can advertise basically, which is basically just showing people showing people your lives as much as you want, and it's free. And that is the crazy thing. Like, people used to have to pay tons of money for this kind of exposure that we all get for free as part of just being in this, era of social media. So let's talk about posting. I think of posting as being a vital behavior in our business. This is the only way to keep your business open. Like I said before, the second that you stop posting on your page, you're hanging a big old closed for business sign out there. You need to stay not only on people's minds, but also in their news feeds. And Facebook and other social media sites like it when people are very active on there, and they kind of reward you for that by making you pop up on people's news feeds more often the more and more you post. So I would say a general guideline would be to post 3 to 5 times a day. That's usually pretty good. You want to try to schedule those posts at really high visibility times. So think about this, like, when do you hop on your phone? When do you check your social media? Usually people do it like first thing in the morning, so like 6 a.m. Lunchtime, say you work a day job and maybe you don't have access to your phone during the day, but you get a lunch break, so you check it at lunch. After work, say about 5 p.m., and then right before bed, 8 or 9 o'clock. Those are like prime time. So you want to make sure that your posts are scheduling at those times. I mean, if you've got a post coming up at like 2 in the morning, not many people are going to see that. You want to be so reliable with your posts that people come to expect them. I have some friends online, some of them are Beachbody coaches, some of them maybe doing other multi-level marketing kind of things, or just people who are just like really, really into social media and they're great about posting, and they're so good about it. When they don't do it for a few days, I notice it, and I'm like, what's going on with that girl? Wasn't she selling whatever? Is she still doing that? Have you ever had a friend like that? Like, I have a friend who's selling another product, and I'm like, man, is she still with them? Did she quit that? Because I haven't seen her post in so long. Don't be that person. You want everyone to know, hey, I'm still here. Everything's all good in my world. You want to join the challenge group? I'm your girl. You want people to know that. So just be really reliable so people will think it's weird if you don't post because you're so, so present. So what kind of things should you talk about? Should it always be Beachbody 100% of the time? No, that is so annoying and salesy and kind of yucky, and I think that gives like multi-level marketing people a bad name because you'll be posting about normal stuff. You'll be talking about your kids, where you get your car washed, what you're having for dinner, and then all of a sudden you start this new thing about coaching, and now that's all you talk about. You're going to lose a lot of friends that way because they're going to think like, what happened to the old you? You just changed totally, because you started doing this Beachbody thing, and then they think, well, when you quit that, you'll go back to being your old self, and they're going to be waiting for that. So I like to follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, you're just posting about you, your regular life, you know, the stuff that you've been posting about anyway, your family, what you like to do, what you like to eat, what you're doing this weekend, just regular stuff that everybody else posts about. You might want to try to sneak in Beachbody with other posts. Maybe don't make it like as direct of, hey, join my challenge group, hey, become a coach. Weave it into your story, and as you do this more often, you'll get better and better at it. You might want to follow some top coaches. They can give you some good ideas for this. Just talk about, you know, little things here and there of like, you know, oh man, so grateful that I get to stay home with my babies because my son is sick today, and I'm so glad I didn't have to take him to a babysitter. You know, if you've been telling your story all this time, people are going to know what that means. It's, oh, okay, because you're a Beachbody coach, you get to stay home with your son. So just work on carefully kind of weaving that into things. If you've made a really big, super Beachbody-ish post, like you know, an invite to a challenge group or coaching or something, I would back off from posting about Beachbody for a day or so, like just anything really, really direct. Like I said, you just don't want to hammer people with it all the time so they think you're just some Beachbody machine. You know, you want to show like I'm a real person. So make your Beachbody invite, and then maybe through the next day share some healthy recipes, talk about what you know, your husband's up to with his friends that weekend or whatever, just like normal stuff. And then maybe the next day bring up a little thing about, oh man, I'm so excited to start that challenge group. But don't just be constantly hammering people with Beachbody stuff. They're gonna unfriend you. And you know, that's inevitable. That's going to happen as you coach, but you want to keep as many friends as possible because you want more eyes on your post. That's more potential customers, more potential coaches. Okay, so here are some no-nos. Please don't share things like this on your page. This is a big old stock photograph of, you know, beach. I got this. I just Googled 21-day fix. Here's my X over it. Please don't, let's next slide. Please don't share just totally stock of when they're going the wrong way. Oh my gosh, stop. Please don't just go crazy like hammering people with stock photos because they could find this anywhere. They could Google it, but they're not Googling it. They're following you. So, you know, it can be cool to share the results of like a challenger in your challenge group if you don't want to share your own results, or maybe a coach that like you kind of know for a program that you're doing, but just like stock Beachbody transformation photos, who cares? Like people are really not interested in that, and that's not going to stop their scrolling. Think about it. Like you probably have friends who do multi-level marketing and like direct sales and stuff. Does that like excite you or make you want to stop scrolling if they say that their wraps or whatever are on sale this week? Like, does that, oh man, let me stop and check this out? If they put up like some big salesy post, that never makes me stop. It kind of annoys me, and I just keep on scrolling. Don't be that person. So these are my what not to do. So I don't like to focus on that. I like to focus on what you should do. Let's see what's next. Okay, so I talked about how much to post about Beachbody and stuff. So here is a post. I'm asking, what is your favorite fruit? I got me, an orange here. This is what I said is my favorite fruit, even though I don't really like oranges. But check this out. My little photo bomb here is my Shakeology bottle. Your Shakeology bottle is a lot more than just something to hold your awesome favorite beverage. This is a great little photo bomber because it's just a subtle little product placement. I'm showing that, yes, I drink Shakeology and I drink it so much. I didn't even think about it in this post talking about what's my favorite fruit. And in this picture, you know, I share a little, just kind of an engaging post with people. Hey, you know, I found a great deal on fruit at the grocery store. I got a bunch of oranges and grapes for my family. What's your favorite fruit, or what do your kids like? Posts like that ask a question. There have been studies done on this. They get the absolute most interaction if you ask somebody's opinion on stuff. People love to give their opinions. So ask for people's opinion, and then you saw what I did here with the Shakeology. Just a subtle little product placement. Okay, so if you're thinking about what to post about, you got a picture of a woman here with her child. Don't get stuck in this, well, I'm just a mom, I don't know what to post about. Okay, there are a lot of people on Facebook that are moms. Don't call us just moms. But that's your life. Like, find things in your life that go on throughout the day that make you you. So find like 5 things that maybe that people ask you about, that ask like your advice about. Maybe you're really good at making like natural cleaning products. That's something like I like to do. It's kind of weird, like I don't know, not a ton of people do that. So people ask me my opinion on things like that. Or just something that like really, really interests you, something that you spend a lot of time with. Maybe you're really involved in your church. Maybe you do a lot of like little fun, like homeschool kind of activities with your kids and stuff. Whatever it is, just find 5 things, 5 topics that you can always go to and be posting about. So my little tip for you on that is, if you have your 5 things, make a Pinterest board for each one of those things. And then anytime you're scrolling through Pinterest, that's what I love to do late at night before I go to bed. Just find things that relate to those 5s and pin them to those boards. That way, when you're going to make your post, say the next day and you're like, oh, I don't know what to post about. Maybe you just found like this cool, like a stain remover, or like an all-natural stain remover that works really well on toddler clothes. I would love a post like that. I've got a super messy toddler. So share things like that that you've been saving to Pinterest all along. Kind of going along with that is to make deposits. It's not about making exposures of like, oh, look at me. Look how great my life is. Here's a selfie of me brushing my teeth. Like, okay, that's cute, I guess, but making a deposit is so much better. If you can share something that helps somebody, if you can share something that adds value to someone's life, that's going to make such a bigger impression on people than just like constant pictures of yourself. So just share things that are valuable. Share things that you would like to see. What's the most helpful thing to you in your life? And like for me, yeah, it's little like time-saving tips, ways to make my life easier, way to streamline like my mom existence, how to take care of my kids better and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff I see. Healthy recipes. You ever see those little videos on there of like you can watch the recipe being made? Those are awesome. Like everybody stops and watches those. Everybody reshares those. What kind of things would you be more likely to reshare? That is really where you can get your name out there. If you can make something so valuable that people will reshare it, then everybody who sees it's going to be like, man, who is this? Who is this girl? I'm going to check her out. I'm going to go add her as a friend. So make content that is worth resharing. That is a huge, huge gold mine. Okay, so let's talk about selfies. Here's a super cute baby. What a great picture of this baby. So when we talk about selfies, which are a big part of this business, and the reason is like this business is about you. There's a reason that Carl Daikeler didn't just want to directly sell Shakeology and Beachbody products just out through like, through stores and stuff. This is a business about people, and people aren't just buying their stuff. I mean, they could buy it from an infomercial, but they're buying it from you. And the reason is they want you to lead them. They're following you. The best way to showcase that is through pictures of your beautiful smiling face. Even if you don't feel beautiful, even if you're like, oh gosh, I'm tired of taking pictures of myself, you've got to do it. You've got to get over that. So my rule of thumb is to have one selfie every day. So you want to try to change it up, not just the same picture of, oh, here's me in my car. Just change it up a little bit every day. So anytime you take a selfie, it should have you as the focus, not just like a little corner of you like way over here and then a background. Like you want your face clearly in the picture. Lighting, man, you gotta have good lighting. So right now while I'm making this video, I have my phone turned around with the flashlight on to provide lots and lots of lighting on my face. There are some phone cases that actually have that light. I think it's called a Lumi case. That would be really awesome if you take a lot of selfies, which you should. Natural lighting, always really beautiful. If you've got like a window in your house, most of us have that selfie window. Like I go to my back door first thing in the morning, the sunlight comes in really pretty. It always takes really nice selfies. So make sure you have great lighting. Make sure you have minimal distractions in the background. Don't be like right in front of your messy house. And if you're like me and most of your house is messy, try to find a spot where like you've got kind of a blank wall, like me with this picture behind me. Just one spot where I can take a nice looking picture. It's not going to look like I live in a crazy, chaotic house, even though I do. So you just maybe don't want to reveal that in your selfies. The other thing is just kind of a tip. If you are going out, you have those days where like your makeup looks really nice, your hair looks great, take a bunch of selfies. Take a ton of them and kind of different little poses, maybe change your shirt or whatever, so you've got a few like ready to go. I know it sounds silly, but it's nice for those days where you're like, oh gosh, I don't want to take a picture of myself. I haven't showered yet. You know what I mean? Just have a few on deck. So here is, okay, my selfies here. So this is me. I'm in the same room at the same time, but you see a few differences here. So this is me in front of my like kitchen window. See the cabinet behind me. Oh, excuse me. Cabinet's behind me. I don't have natural lighting. I've got this kind of icky, like fluorescent light on me. You can see my arm in a selfie. That's just a big like pet peeve of mine. Try to crop out your arm so people can't tell that you're holding your camera. I'm not smiling. It's kind of this low angle. It's not super flattering. Yeah, and the lighting's just kind of yucky. There's just stuff behind me. Okay, so here's me. I just went to the other side of the room. So I've got a window on my face. I've got really pretty natural light on me. I'm actually smiling. I held the camera up just a little bit slightly, and you just need to learn like what your good angles are, what works for you. It's a little bit different for everybody. Just make sure you're smiling. You've got a nice clear shot of your face, and again, natural light is always your friend. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, so here's another thing I want to share about selfies. Rather than just making your selfies like, oh, look at me, here's me in my life, this is what I do, and look how, I don't know, some people think that, if you share selfies all the time, it's you being vain. I don't think that's the case in our business, but I think a way to kind of sidestep that is to share something with your selfie. So here's a picture of me. This is right after a really hard workout. Here's me contemplating my hard workout, I guess, drinking my Shakeology, of course. But I share like a little inspirational saying or post or something with it. So I think that's really like a lot more eye-catching than just a picture of you. People are going to say, oh boy, there's your face, what's going on here? And they'll stop and read what you have to say. So I really recommend doing those on your selfie. So it's not just constant like, oh, there's your face again. Share a little something because, I talked about making deposits. Even like having a cool saying like that, that is making a deposit. Okay, let's see what is next. Okay, so these are some things I took from some other top coaches talking about making deposits. This is from Lindsay Matway's Pinterest page. So she here is sharing a recipe for healthy peanut butter cookies. She's got a really cool, like eye-catching picture here. You see the cookies, but that's her daughter in the background. We've got a great graphic here so you know exactly what she's talking about. And like I said, recipes for me, that is a huge, huge scroll stopper. I love finding new recipes. That'll make me stop and look. So that is a great one to share. Anytime you have a healthy recipe, that is definitely a deposit. People love recipes, and they love to reshare them. Let's see what else. This is from Katie Hafner's Pinterest page. So this is kind of going with your 5. So Katie Hafner, she does gluten-free eating. And man, like that is a huge, huge topic these days. So many people are interested in that. This would be a really, really good thing, kind of a niche to get yourself into. So she shares, how to get started with it. And so many people are interested in that. So that's it's a really popular pin on Pinterest. This came right up. So just find things that will help other people, stuff that you're interested in and will help other people. All right, this is from Melly Mitro. Look at this one. Awesome, awesome post. She talks about how to make some clean eating Lunchables. Man, kids love Lunchables. My kids do. They would eat them all the time if I let them. So she got the picture of her cute little kids here. And then like a few pictures so you kind of know what she's talking about. But like that is a gold mine. If it's something to do with like making your kids healthier, like who wouldn't be interested in that? That is a great example of adding value. Okay, so here, this is just Lindsay Matway's, her personal website, her blog site. So look at this. She, right here, has her 5, faith, family, fitness, fashion, and freedom. So she's listed out, those are her 5 things she posts about. You can see she's got, let's see, get to know us. This is her site is so awesome that she links like all of her social media networks here. And then she has stuff on her page about each of these things. She's got little reviews on like you know, I went shopping at this store and I loved this face cream and stuff. Like, she has made herself a resource for all of these things. Think about it. Like, how many people do you know that you actually go and check their social media page? Like, celebrities, I guess, kind of get that. But how awesome would that be if people are like, you know what, I really want to make something healthy for my family this weekend. We're going to find a recipe. I know I'm going to go check out so-and-so's page or their Pinterest page or their Facebook page because they always have the best recipes there. That is what you need to be. That is mastering social media. If you have become a resource where people actually stop and check you out, you have made it. Here's another great coach who is just awesome at social media. This is Bonnie Engel, and if you don't follow her on Facebook, I think you should. She is like the queen of selfies. She posts selfies every single day, and they're just always like really well lit. I mean, this is her with crazy hair, no makeup after her workout. She looks awesome, but look at this. Okay, she's talking about, look at these things she slips in there. If you look cute after a workout, you did it wrong. So that means she's telling us she was working out. Much needed therapy session after taking care of sick pups, but blessed to have been able to be home in an emergency and not have a vet bill be a stress. What she means here is because I'm a Beachbody coach, I get to stay home and work out. I don't have to leave my house, so I guess her dogs got sick, but she was able to be home with them, and she's not worried about the vet bill. Think of all those little things, those little nuggets she just wove into that post without saying Beachbody at all. But if you follow her, you know exactly what she's talking about. This is social media mastery. She has got it down. And that's why Bonnie does so many, you know, team calls, wake-up calls and things about social media because, man, she has got it locked down. So I never recommend copying anybody, but go through her page and get inspired. That's what I do when I don't know what to post. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about forms of social media. I pointed out on Lindsay's page, you know, she lists her Twitter, her Instagram, YouTube, and all that stuff. I'm going to say for starting out, less is probably better. Most of us have a Facebook page. We've been running, you know, kind of for a while. That's the most popular. Go ahead. I think if you've got a Facebook page and you've got the hang of it, go ahead and branch out and add another one. And it's up to you what that's going to be for you. And there's so many to choose from. I mean, you could have a YouTube channel, you could have a blog, you know, and that's in addition to Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Google Plus, all those other ones out there, Snapchat, like so many of them, like I'm not familiar with, I don't use. But, you know, start with one that you've got like really knocked down and then start to branch out into another form of it. I will tell you right now, I feel like I have too many. I have Facebook. I have a Facebook like page. I have a Google Plus page, a Google Plus community that I manage with like 2,000 people in it. I have several other like smaller Google communities. I have an Instagram. I have a YouTube channel. I have a blog. And sometimes it feels like it's getting away from me. So if I could give you some advice, I would say start small and really like iron it out so that you've got a really good handle on those before you move on to other ones. You might want to consider using a scheduler like Hootsuite or Buffer to schedule your posts to make things a little bit easier for you. So you're not having to think like, oh my gosh, it's 6 a.m. It's, you know, it's those prime times I need to hop on and make a post. Sometimes you're busy and you can't get to it. So you're going to want to schedule those ahead of time if you like. Those only work on a few sites. Those work on Facebook, maybe Twitter, possibly Instagram, I'm not sure. And the last thing I want to say is that copying and pasting is definitely your friend. There's no need to come up with totally new, different content on all of your social media accounts every single day, because more than likely the people that follow you on one platform aren't going to follow you on the other. And if they do, they'll understand. I try not to let people follow me on more than one platform just so they don't see that I'm just repeating the same stuff. But I mean, this business gives us plenty to do anyway, and we don't need to be reinventing the wheel every single time we need to post. Because 3 to 5 times a day across 5 different platforms, that's all you would do. is be posting nonstop. So just copy and paste. There's no shame in that. All right, so let me just wrap up here. Overall in your social media, just be yourself. You know, showcase you, showcase your life. Take lots of pictures of, you know, whatever is going on that day, and whatever, you know, seems like it might be mundane to you, trip to the grocery store, whatever. I've gotten some awesome response from these things that I like take a picture of. I'm like, gosh, no one's going to care about this. But if you do it in the right way, if you take like a, you know, either a really nice picture, or you pose like a really interesting question to people, like I said, ask their opinion on something, you can get an amazing response. Next, you want to make sure that you're maintaining a constant presence no matter what is going on in your life. Even if you feel like you're so busy, oh my gosh, I can't get my invites out today, I don't have time to work out. Man, make those posts. That's what keeps your business open. That's what keeps you afloat. That's at least the bare minimum you can and should be doing for your business. Because like I said, when you stop posting, your business is closed. Master one form of business, master one form of social media before you move on to another. Like I said, don't be like me and get caught up. I've got so many accounts, and it's really, really hard to keep up with all of them. So start small, and once you feel like you've gotten a handle on like a second form, then move on and add another one. Lastly, you want to be a resource. Don't just be a person who puts up a ton of like motivational quotes they found from Instagram. Don't just be a person who just shares selfies of like, oh, look at my shirt today. Add value to people's lives. Make posts that are worth resharing. Things like, what would you be interested in seeing? What would make you stop scrolling? What would make you reshare and send that to somebody else? Those are the kinds of things that you should be posting every single day, 3 to 5 times a day, no matter what. So that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please send me a message if you have any questions or need to talk about any of this, or just need any tips or pointers in the right direction. I'd be happy to talk to you about that. All right, guys, have a great night. Bye-bye.